Welcome back, football fans. This is Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media. It is me, your host Stone, with my boy Garrett. It's just me
What
and you
up?
today, buddy.
Yeah, just us today. Mono, one on one, mano y mano, dude.
Noah
Still,
had a
still some, still some football to talk about though.
plenty of football to talk about.
Oh
Noah had a
yeah,
long flight last night, so we're giving him a day
yeah,
off. A little rest day, load management. Make sure he's
yeah,
fresh for the next episode.
yeah, dude. It's just the big dogs this episode.
Just, just the big guys here, the offensive linemen over here. Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media is also brought to you by Zing Zang. Blazing Bloody Berry Mix. You ever had some?
oh,
Oh, buddy, have you
oh,
ever?
I love this stuff. I love it. It's spicy.
Spicy. It's great. Right now it's cold outside, so if you want to start your Saturday
hmm
morning off, the Blazing Bloody Mary Mix or the pre-made mix, you can get it with the vodka already in it. All you got to do is pour it into a
Oh yeah.
cup, sit your ass on a porch, just have a grand old
Look,
Saturday morning before college football starts.
what I recommend doing is heating it up a little bit in the
Oh,
microwave and having like a soup, like an alcoholic soup type situation.
oh.
Maybe
You-
dip grilled cheese in there. I don't know. You do your drink. You zang how you want to zang.
yeah, Zang responsibly. Shout out Zing
Zing
Zang.
responsibly.
Go try out the Blazing Bloody Mary mix. They got the pre-made cans. They got pre-made bottles. They also just have the mix, and you can put your own vodka in it if you'd like. So
Hell
Zang
yeah.
responsibly.
Zang responsibly. Thank you, Zing Zing.
So we're recording this on Thursday, November 2nd. NFL season is officially halfway over.
Yeah, and it's going by pretty quick.
Far
You
too
know,
fast for my liking.
way too fast. Like, when we were like, oh, already week 4, I was like, guys, it's just week 4. Chill out.
Right.
Now it's week 9. It's like, oh, all right, getting into November football, dude.
Yep.
Like
And
when it's
the
starting,
trade,
when it's starting to really matter too.
correct. It's a lot of really good matchups. We'll get into them here in a second. But the trade deadline passed. Um, the Washington Commanders football team, whatever you want to call them, traded away Chase Young to the 49ers for a bag of chips.
Yeah, just like a bag of chips and a biscuit, pretty
And
much. Like
then
just
they
nothing.
traded away Montez Sweat for a Coke, Pepsi, or Mountain Dew, whatever the choice of drink is in FedEx Field. I don't know, but that's what they
Yeah,
traded him for.
to the Bears, which is pretty funny. I mean, I if any team could get Montez Sweat for that, doesn't matter how bad you are. It's like, well, just get him. For
Well, I'd agree with that, but he's in the last year of his contract, and as soon as he got traded and he landed in Chicago, reporters were asking him, "Have y'all started to talk about extensions?" And he goes, "I'm not worried about that."
so he's like fully like, I ain't gonna sign here.
He's
I
gonna
ain't gonna
play
be here.
8 to 9 games for Chicago, and then is like, "I'm gonna go play literally anywhere else."
That's pretty funny. Pretty funny of Chicago, of course, but San Francisco landing Chase Young for nothing, like you said, a bag of chips.
Yes.
Like, the rich get richer, dude. Like that defensive line, I mean, I guess depending if Chase Young can stay healthy, that defensive line is scary. Front
Yeah.
seven's scary.
And much like the Miami Dolphins or the 49ers have in the past, they get richer in a position that they're already rich in.
Yeah.
And the Dolphins had Jalen Waddle before. That's a number one on most teams. And then they're like, we could just go get Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
We'll go do that.
Why not?
They
Yeah,
had
why not?
Xavier Howard, a top 7 corner last year, maybe top 8.
Yeah.
Let's
Definitely
just
top
go
10.
get Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, they're just like, why not, dude? Let's just do
Why
it.
not?
The San Francisco 49ers just said, why not? I mean, let's just get better. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
Nick
if we
Bosa,
already have tons of depth at that. Let's just get better at that. Let's just
Chase
go and get
Young.
them.
I mean, they're just disgusting on the defensive line. And they've lost
Yeah.
3 games in a row, so they had to do something, I think, to just
Yeah.
get the vibes up.
Yeah. I mean, they had to make some kind of splash. I actually was thinking they would go corner. I thought they were going to get that guy out of Chicago, Jalen
Yeah,
Johnson.
Jalen Johnson. So
I was
it was
thinking maybe they'd
rumored
get him, but they went big and got the one guy that everyone was really wanting,
it was
Chase Young.
rumored that the 49ers were all in on him and offered a significant amount. I don't know
Hmm.
what that means. Maybe it's a second round pick as opposed to a third round pick. Like maybe
Yeah.
it's even a first round pick. I have no idea what they offered, but and then the Bills also matched that offer for Jalen Johnson, and the Bears
Wow.
just turned him down.
Wow. I guess maybe they think they can get more out of
Well,
him or
then
something.
they're
I don't
like,
know.
we're a super team. We got Montez Sweat now. No
Other
need to
than that,
rekeep the
not
picks.
other than that, not really any big
No.
trades. I mean, like Donovan Peoples Jones, Rasul
Okay.
Douglas. Like It's just I think I was talking about this with someone. Might have been actually might have been you. Like the NFL trade deadline sucks balls.
Yeah,
It sucks balls. Nothing ever happens. People
yeah,
were like on Twitter, Texans Twitter, and they're like, "Ooh, come on, Nick, make a move. Come on, Nick Casario, make a move." And I'm like, guys, no one really makes moves during the trade. Like, not even the Texans. The Texans especially don't make moves at the trade deadline. So like it's just wishful thinking, but it sucks.
yeah. I've listened to a lot of stuff in the off season as well as this NFL season. Obviously, we're tuned in. We're listening to all the things, all the pods. A lot of GMs, ex GMs, ex presidents, whatever. They're like, we don't do trades in the middle of the season because you have to learn a whole new playbook. You have to get
Yeah,
used to a whole new set of players. It's not like basketball where you can just like, okay, I can go play. I know where to set picks. I know where to shoot the ball. Like if you're a scorer, like okay, here's the ball, go score.
yeah.
You can't just go do that in
It's not
football.
like
It's
it's not
not the
like
same.
baseball. It's not like baseball where it's like, all right, well, I just
See ball, hit ball.
yeah, see ball, hit ball, pitch ball, like, oh, I go field. There's like not really a ton to learn, but with football, like you said, like playbooks. I mean, you have to learn an entire new book, one that you might have like you have already like probably learned a new one like this season. Now halfway through, you got to learn another one. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I can
because
see why GMs don't want to make those trades because it's like they
right,
might suck when they get here. You
like
know?
Bradley Chubb got to Miami last year and he was subpar at best. Like he just wasn't very good. And so far, the last 4 weeks, he started to pick it up. He's picking up sacks, tackle for losses. He's stopping in the run game. He's starting to understand the system, and they got a new brand new system this past offseason. So it
Yeah,
takes time for people to get traded. Like Christian
it,
McCaffrey is the one exception that got traded midseason and is like,
it's just
yeah,
he's
I'm
just
the
a
best
freak.
ever.
Yeah, he's just a freak. I mean, we all knew that Christian McCaffrey, like probably top 3, top 5 running back. Doesn't really take a lot for him. Also, like the system that he kind of joined was just like so he's on a silver like handing him a silver platter. This is for like running backs like you. And he's just like, this is so easy to pick up. So
Yeah.
he is the one exception, but like any guy, the Jets were like, or people were like, the Jets might trade for a quarterback. And I'm like, no, they're not, dude. Like, they're not going to send a quarter. They're not. The Jets are not going to pick up a quarterback and be like, all right, learn the playbook right now, race I go, because we need to win.
Oh,
That's a ton of pressure.
we did have an interesting trade though. Josh Dobbs gets benched in
Yeah,
Arizona right after the game. Essentially, is like, all right, he's not starting next week, and all of a sudden he's gone on Tuesday to Minnesota to
yeah.
replace Kirk Cousins after his torn Achilles. Rip in peace. Two Achilles, two older quarterbacks this season. It's not something you want to see for the guy.
No, it sucks. And I'm a huge Kirk guy, so when that happened, I was extremely disappointed. And also, he's slated to be a free agent, so that also sucks. And he was
Yeah,
having like honestly maybe his best season yet, which is wild.
yeah.
Like you said,
The only
physically, like
reason
his
the
best season.
Vikings are 4-4 was because of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. So that sucks. So hopefully he gets a speedy recovery and he's able to come back. But yeah, Josh Dobbs to the Vikings, which I knew they would probably get some kind of quarterback because
Had to.
they've been on a roll. They've looked their defense has looked way better. They got Justin Jefferson coming back. They needed to probably make a move, but not a huge move. I think Josh Dobbs is like a perfect
Yeah,
move for them.
he'll win you
Yeah.
some games, and then if you get lucky enough, the NFC is so bad that you can be 9-8 and make the playoffs, or eight and
Yeah.
nine. Honestly, like you could be
Yeah.
the 7th seed at 8-9.
Yeah, exactly. And like I mean, don't roll over and die and just be like, oh, our quarterback's injured. So that's it. That's the season. That's a wrap. It's like the Vikings are doing a cool thing where they're like, no, 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 no. Let's just get like a guy who's doing all right this year. We have way more weapons than the Cardinals. Let's just see what he can do. I thought
Yeah,
honestly they were going to trade for Jameis Winston.
that would have been sick.
That would have
Jabu
been really
and
funny.
Minnesota would have been sick. That
Yeah,
would
that
have
would
been
have been
fun.
really funny. But honestly, Josh Dobbs is just like the safer pick.
Yes,
It's a
he's
safer trade.
Jameis Winston, but like won't throw as many picks.
Yeah,
He'll
and
still throw
can kind of
some, but he won't throw as many.
like run it a little bit. He's a little bit more mobile than
Yeah,
Jameis, I feel, which that also will add like some dynamic change to the offense a little. Like maybe he can, get out of the pocket, make some plays with the legs or something. I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. It's still Skull Vikings, Kirk get better. Yeah, dude. I want the Vikings so bad now. Like they
I know.
started off like really badly, like what 1-3 3-1-4, something like that.
Yeah,
And now they're 4-4, and they're
pretty good.
right in the thick of things, like beating teams, beating the 49ers and all that. Let's go, dude. Let's
Yeah,
go, Josh Dobbs.
and then last piece of news before we get into the Week 9 slate: the Las Vegas Raiders have fired Josh McDaniels. Did they fire their GM and also their offensive coordinator?
It's about goddamn time.
Yeah, I mean, what were we doing? Why did it
It's about
take so long?
goddamn time. Like, Josh McDaniels is like people. I don't know why he tried to become another head coach again. I mean, he slided. Remember when he slided the Colts? Like he
Yes,
was fully about to sign, like become their head coach. He was in agreement and stuff. Then, boom! No, I'm not. I changed my mind. And to
legitimately
get
agreed it, and they tweeted it out. I think.
yeah, they tweeted it out, and then boom, he's like, nope, I'm fine, I'm good.
Yeah,
And then
Belichick
like
got him another year.
his stint in Denver was like not good. Like he traded away Jay Cutler like after like a really good season and stuff. Like he's kind of a he's kind of a cancer. He's kind of a
Yeah,
cancer as a head coach. Yeah.
he had the Tim Tebow miracle year where they made the playoffs and win the wild card game against Pittsburgh on a slant that went for 75 yards or 80 yards, whatever it was, to Demaryius Thomas. Rest in peace. But other than that season, he hasn't won games. I didn't. Yeah, I mean, because he got
He's got
hired
to
right
lose again.
after pit boss Rich. He took the Raiders to the playoffs and beating the Chargers in 2020. Was that 2021?
Yeah.
2021. Yeah, and then he
I
got
think
hired right after that.
yeah, which is just crazy that he got another job. Which, hey, second chances, I believe in them. They're cool. Especially like as a head coach, like you're bad, you kind of come back and like, oh, you might be good again. No, from the get go was like, get Derek Carr out of here. Which I'm not gonna defend Derek Carr too much. He's not like the best quarterback, but in my opinion, going to get Jimmy Garoppolo instead of Derek Carr, I did not. That was like, what are we doing here? Y'all are all right. I mean, just
It's
go
bad.
go do y'all's thing, Las Vegas. Like, go have fun. And of course, they're not having fun, and ultimately got fired. So
And then my favorite part about the firing, like, not, I don't want to see people lose their jobs, but this was objectively funny. I was listening to Bill Simmons the other day, Monday morning, when they ended up firing him in the afternoon, I believe. Mike Lombardi, NFL analyst, former GM, president of multiple teams. His son was the offensive coordinator for the Raiders, but he came on the podcast Sunday night, released Monday morning. I'm listening to it, and he's like, "It's so frustrating to watch my sons on the Raiders sideline and in the front office and stuff, and it just sucks. Like they're just not very good, and it's not their fault. It's the coaching, yada yada yada." And then mere hours after I finished listening to the pod, he got fired. His son
yeah,
got fired.
news drops, and not only
uh,
him, the offensive coordinator got
yeah,
fired. Right? Like it
yeah.
just
That's Mike Lombardi's son.
whoever that
So
guy is, that guy is, I don't know his name. I'm not gonna lie. He
Lombardi,
deserves jail time.
it's his
Yeah.
son.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
he
Mike
deserves.
Lombardi's son. It was
He,
so funny when I finished the pod. I was like, man, that was like a funny Bill Simmons pod. I listened to it for amusement at this point, and then I got the tweet notification from Schefter or whoever it was. Oh, by the way, the Raiders fired their offensive coordinator, whatever Lombardi. I was like, all right, well, that's funny timing. That's the Bill
he deserves.
Simmons effect for you.
He deserves jail time. I gotta say, like
Is
not
it him or is it
utilizing
Jimmy
Devontae
Garoppolo?
Adams, Josh Jacobs, Jacoby Myers, Michael Meyer, whatever their tight ends, like not utilizing any of those guys and just being really bad. Like even with a bad quarterback, just being very bad. Like you all right. You don't deserve to be an offensive coordinator. Devontae had one catch the other night.
Yeah,
He
and
had
he had
one
like
catch
two
the other night.
touchdowns that probably could have went for like 90 yards and 65 yards the
Yeah,
other one. Yeah,
not good.
rough.
So
Hate to
maybe
see it.
things will be turning around for Las Vegas soon. I doubt it because it's the Raiders, but that was a well deserved firing for those
Yes,
two.
absolutely. But moving on to the Week 9 slate, starting off hot in Germany. Dolphins at Chiefs. It's a Germany
Ooh,
game. Sunday at 8:30 in the morning. Chiefs are favored by 1.5.
yeah. How do you feel
Germany
about that?
game. I don't like the Germany game. So the line started at 2.5 last week in favor of the Chiefs. It's now moving. I think the
Yeah.
Chiefs don't even fly out till tonight. They're still not in Germany. The Dolphins have been there for 2 full days at this point.
The Dolphins are winning. Dolphins winning. They're there.
And
They're embracing the culture. They're probably eating Wiener Schnitzel, having fun. Doing Oktoberfest, like late Oktoberfest. Chiefs are not even there, dude. They're probably just fucking making commercials in the locker room with Taylor Swift.
Well,
So,
Patrick Mahomes was sick last week. He had the flu. We didn't get to talk about it, but he had the flu.
oh
So I guess they gave him a few more days to like recuperate. I don't know. Like we saw what happened to the Bills against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had already been in London for a week at that time before they had to play the Bills, but
yeah,
no jet lag. Like they didn't have any jet lag worries because they'd been there for a week and a half or whatever it was.
yeah,
The Bills just kind of look sluggish and out of place and all that kind of stuff in London. It's different. They're in Germany. I don't know if the air's different, weather's different, whatever. Wiener
yeah,
schnitzels and beer as opposed to baked beans and tea. I don't know.
yeah.
Um,
Don't know
it's a
how it's gonna play out, but I mean
it's a
the
fun game. So I
I mean,
saw it
on
today
paper,
on.
when you hear Chiefs and Dolphins, that it might be like the game right now. Two of the top teams of the AFC. Like that's your potential AFC championship game right
Yeah, it's a
there.
potential playoff matchup. The last time they played against each other was in 2020 to his rookie season.
Mm.
The Chiefs went up and like Tyreek just murdered the Dolphins for 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter, Tua kind of made a fake comeback. It was like a 30-24 game or 31-24 game at the end.
One of those,
Um,
yeah.
so it'll be interesting. And Bradley Chubb, I saw a local Miami beat reporter tweeted out. He asked Bradley Chubb how they were feeling about this trip and how they thought it was going. And Bradley Chubb said last year when they went to LA to play the Chargers on Sunday Night Football, they went a week early. And they said it was more like a vacation. The guys weren't
Mm,
taking it seriously. They were playing around, going to LA, seeing the sights, and doing whatever. He said, this week in Germany, it feels like a business trip.
yeah. All right, that's good to know. I don't know. Like you said, we'll see how the Chiefs treat it.
Yeah.
I'll be monitoring the social media when they get out there. If the guys are having fun and going sightseeing and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, all right, dude, you better be careful because y'all have Tyreek and Jalen Waddle to both cover. And I don't know after what y'all did in Denver, like Chiefs got to be careful with this
Yeah,
game.
and
I
it
actually
looks
do
like
fully think I think fully that the Dolphins will cover and probably win.
it looks like Teron Armstead, starting left tackle, paid a bajillion dollars to be left tackle, is going to play. He's been
Yeah,
practicing all week. He's might be get activated off the IR. Xavier Howard looks like he's coming back, and Javon Holland has been cleared from concussion protocol. So Jalen Ramsey, Javon Holland, Xavier Howard in the secondary, and then getting at least one piece of your offensive line back will be a huge help. If they can get Teron Armstead or Connor Williams back, that'd be great. That was
yeah.
pretty wild. But
Sorry, that was my dog. You have your dog there, I have my dog here.
but yeah, looks like the Dolphins might be a little bit more healthy. No Devon Achane for another week. Next week's the bye week, so
Yeah.
um, looking a little more healthy. The line keeps coming down, which either means something's going on with the Chiefs or people are just hammering the Dolphins. I don't know which one it is.
Could be like maybe Mahomes is getting people sick in that locker room. You know,
Maybe,
it's
maybe,
very
maybe
possible.
Travis Kelsey's out celebrating with the Rangers since he did that
Yeah.
before last week.
Now, we do have to be careful. You and I, both as like guys who own Dolphin hats, you
Hmm.
Dolphins fan, me a Dolphins believer.
Yes,
You have to be careful. Do we think that Taylor Swift will be at the Germany game?
that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, if she's at the game, Travis will have like
200 yards.
190 yards and
Yeah,
like have set a record like he's had the best receiving performance outside of America and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
we got to
that's
we
what
got to
I'm
be
worried
careful.
about
Yeah, we got to be careful with that, dude.
because I'm pretty sure
So
her international tour starts here in like a week or two. So like she might already be over there in
yeah,
Europe. That would
yeah,
not be good.
yeah. We're on
Um,
Taylor watch for that
we're
game,
on
but
Taylor watch, that's for sure. Game of the early slate Sunday at 12, God's time zone.
oh yeah,
Seahawks at Ravens. Baltimore's favored by 6 points in this.
which that's a lot,
It's a
but at
lot.
the same time, I kind of understand, dude. Baltimore's on fire right now.
They are.
Baltimore's on
They
fire.
are.
They look real good. They look real good. But the Seahawks aren't a slouch. Their
No.
defense is good. They're obviously they have weapons on offense. It really is just going to come down to Geno with
Yeah.
the Seahawks. It's really just going to be like Geno, can you play okay? If you can just play okay, they'll stay in this game. But if he gets sacked a zillion times and throws like 2 or 3 interceptions, this is a Ravens. This is a Ravens covering the spread all the way kind of game.
Yeah. Battle of the Birds. And like you said, Geno Smith, he made a I can't remember if it was last week against the Browns. He just made like the most preposterous interception towards the end of Martin Emerson. And I was
Yeah,
just like, buddy, game's on the line. All you gotta do is go score, and like you're fine. And he threw that
Yeah,
pick. I was like, oh boy. And then luckily the Browns have PJ Walker at quarterback, unfortunately, and threw it right off of Jamal Adams' head and ended
yeah.
up being an interception. But um,
Which
yeah,
credit
Seahawks
to
Ravens, it's gonna be fun. It's a good
credit
uniform
to
matchup.
Gino for like actually like taking advantage of that interception and
Hmm.
scoring. Because after that, it's like, all right, we're back. Gino gang, we're back.
Yeah,
But now this is like a different beast than playing the PJ Walker Browns at home. You know,
yeah.
this is a different.
Lamar looks very much like 2019 Lamar again, which is kind
Yeah.
of terrifying.
Yep.
But his wide receivers also drop the ball half the time, so whatever. Like we'll see what happens.
Pretty interesting. They didn't try to make a trade for a receiver at the deadline. You know, it's
Yeah, I
still
just
like not even. I mean, didn't have to make a big one. I mean, it's just still like, why not get like a lower tier guy just to see what happens? You know,
speaking of people that didn't make a trade at the deadline for a wide receiver, the Chiefs. I don't know what they were thinking. They didn't get one single
it's just
person.
people just. I mean, they just don't do it. Trade deadlines sucks balls in the NFL. It's just
Yeah,
they don't do it.
it's rough. Like the Dolphins made a trade for Chase Claypool like 3 4 weeks ago, and he's played 4 snaps, 5 snaps. He's caught one ball.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, trade deadline. I'm like, I found out it was ending like a few days before. I was like, wait, it's this week? Oh shit! And then just nothing really. I mean, a few moves, but it's like whatever.
I was trying to speak
Uh,
Aaron Donald to the Dolphins into existence. It didn't work.
yeah, no, I can't. You can't do anything. I was trying to get Brian Burns to go to the Texans, and nothing.
Didn't
I'm so
happen.
glad. I actually also side note. I'm so glad that Noah isn't here right now
Oh,
for this episode
why?
because he would fully say that the Seahawks will get blown out by the Ravens,
Oh
and
yeah, I forgot
I
he
won't admit
hates the
that.
Seahawks.
I will admit that. I will give him credit though. The other day, we were in Dallas doing something, and he was like, he kind of got close to me and went, "Gino's actually pretty good." I'm like, he was like, "The Seahawks
All
are
right.
actually like pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah, they are," and now they're leading their division. So,
Yeah, I'm sad that's not on camera, but Noah, you got.
yep, you got, bud. Hey, you got. The Seahawks are pretty good, but
Then
we'll
move
see
on
how Gino
to
plays. Yeah,
the afternoon game here, Sunday at 3:25. Cowboys at Eagles, little rivalry game. I know Dez is just shaking in his boots. The
you
Cowboys
got to be.
fan Dez.
I mean, you got to be. Also, this is a great slate. This is a fantastic slate of
This
games.
is the best week that we've had of football.
Yeah, dude.
Germany, Dolphins, Chiefs, like the 12 o'clock slate, Seahawks, Ravens, Cowboys, Eagles at 3:25, and then our last game is the Sunday night game to talk
Yeah,
about.
what a slate. But the Cowboys and Eagles game, perfect 325 game. God, it's so perfect. I'm actually kind of surprised it's not Sunday Night Football because usually, NFL would slob all over this game and like give it a Sunday night treatment. But 325, like that's America's game of the week right there. Like that's a big screen for sure, but a lot of implications for sure.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not the Monday night game. I'm surprised they didn't flex it. So I think they were able to flex for the first time, and is it the Chargers and Jets on Monday night?
Yeah, something like that. I
They
don't
were
know.
able to flex that out, and the NFL decided not to, which I
That's
feel like
wild.
is going to happen every single week that we have a bad Monday night game or Sunday night game. They're just not going to flex it because too many logistics, even though they have the option to do it and they're prepared to do it. I feel
Yeah,
like they're just not going to do it.
I also just think that I think that Monday Night Football for the last few seasons has just been in shambles with viewership wise. I think is that just the viewership is not there, so they're like the NFL is just like games get games get way more popular on Sunday. 325 games are way more popular than Monday night games right now. Let's just keep it in that slot.
Yeah,
The Chargers and can play against the Jets defense on Monday night. But
that's
I
fair.
would be if I was them, I would just be utilizing that flex because that's how you get Monday night popular.
Yeah. But
Put two
Cowboys at
Titans.
Eagles is a sick game. It's always a good rivalry game. Hopefully it's like disgusting weather in Philly. I'm hoping for a gross game where it's muddy in the
Mm,
link and just raining, just gross football. I kind of want that.
yeah, I want it to be cold. I'm ready for like see your breath
Oh,
cold
that's
weather
elite.
football. It's the best. Guys are on the sideline and just like some of them are wearing like Buzz
Face
Lightyear
cover.
fucking
Yeah.
face cover and they're breathing through and you can see their breath like those Lambo games. I'm ready to see games like that. We're probably not there yet, being that it's November, early November, but like you said, muddy, maybe a little rainy.
I
Like
would
I just
love that. I don't know what the weather's like, but that would be sick.
yeah, no, but That's a lot of playoff implications this game. I think the Eagles easily cover.
Yeah.
I think they easily cover. I think the Eagles are finding their footing, and they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah, their tush push didn't work last week for the first time.
Yeah, pretty
Just once.
pretty interesting. Tush push. People are figuring it out.
Maybe.
They're watching the film, figuring it out, doing Troy Polamalu shit, and doing all that.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it that was it the Eagles that someone jumped over the line and tackled Jalen, or did someone else do the tush push and jumped over the line?
So
Like
that
it
was
was,
a high school football video. I remember seeing it before the Dolphins played the Eagles because someone tweeted it at Javon Holland, our safety, to do that against Jalen Hurts to just
uh,
jump over and like sumo plex him from the back. But
that's
yeah, I don't know. Cowboys
that's what
could
I would
do it.
just do every time. I would be simple. I would simply just do the Troy Polamalu and just go flying over the line, and try to just
Just
stop the quarterback before from going in. But
just put Micah Parsons in the middle because he's the strongest person alive. Like I think he's
yeah,
just the strongest human.
he's
Just put him
just
in there.
the. I mean, he's a freak. He's a freak and a freak against nature. And you just put him in the middle, and Jalen Hurts is not going anywhere up the middle. Problem solved.
There it is.
Just saved you a bunch of time, Dallas. Good job.
Nailed it.
You're welcome.
It'll be a fun game, I think. It's always a heated rivalry. Maybe the Eagles fans throw some batteries on the field. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's always a fun game in Philly. Those Philly fans are amazing. Love them. They're so
Then
nice.
our final game of the week is Bills at Bengals Sunday night, 7:20. Cincinnati's favored by 2. The last time we got this game in prime time, things were not good and they canceled the game.
Yeah.
Uh, is that why we got them in prime time? Like are they trying to make up for the fact
I
that that
I
happened last year?
I think they're fully about to do like a
Whole tribute thing.
whole like Damar Hamlin tribute type of thing, as if he did pass away. They're
Yeah.
not. They're gonna be like, oh, so sad that it happened and stuff. I hope they don't go that route. I hope they just go like, hey, glad you're fucking with us, bud. Let's do it.
Well, I
Is
mean,
he playing? Is he gonna play in this game?
he's played some special teams reps, and he
Mm,
played like one rep against the Dolphins because they lost one of their safeties during the game. You
yeah.
know that they've put his name and number on like the windows of the
Yeah.
ambulance that they use to get people off on a
Yeah,
stretcher.
that was a pretty wild decision, at this point, it kinda, like, would like, you would see that and go, "That's gotta be a joke, right?" Like, are you mocking him?
Like
They're
they're
not, they're,
treating
like,
it
hitting it
as if
hard.
he's legitimately just gone forever,
Yeah, they're treating
and
him like
he's
he's like he
still
actually
on the
did die.
team.
Yeah, no, he's on the team running around wearing a Bills uniform, and, like, retiring his jersey in an ambulance is like, "Alright, dude, calm down."
Crazy,
Yeah.
absolutely crazy. But Bengals looked like a Super Bowl contender last week. Just beat the
Bengals,
49ers.
I think we
Just
we
beat them.
kinda we kinda called it. We were like, Bengals might do pretty well against the Niners, and
Yeah.
they did way better than we thought. They did way better than I thought they would do.
hmm Yeah.
They did.
No, Joe Burrow just looked every bit as what we thought when he got the guaranteed contract before he got hurt
Yeah.
last year, the year before when he went to the Super Bowl. Like he just looked like Joe Burrow again.
Yeah, it's scary because now it's like, "Oh, fuck, here comes another AFC team that, like."
And we expected Joe Burrow to do that. Like we were fairly certain Joe Burrow, whenever he got healed up, was going to look like Joe Burrow again. The thing
Yeah.
that stood out to me last week was Joe Mixon. Don't like the guy, but he looked very good last week against the 49ers defense.
Yeah, I mean, they just as a whole unit looked so good. Like the Niners could not really stop them. I mean, I don't have their number, the box score right in front of me, but I know that Joe Burrow had a crazy efficient game. Joe Mixon had like 80 something yards rushing, a touchdown, a late touchdown to seal it.
Mhm.
I mean, they're just clicking on all cylinders right now coming off that bye week. And I if I was Buffalo, I'd be really fucking scared to go
Yeah,
play them right now.
absolutely. And funny note on Buffalo, I don't know if you've seen it recently watching sports on TV. There's a commercial for either Capital One or American Express or something, some credit card company, and it's Josh Allen. He's the main character. He's in a grocery store, and they say every item that you purchase gives you like an entry in order to win Super Bowl tickets in
Mm.
February. So then he's like opening things up and paying for them separately and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, he's just trying to get tickets to the game. He
Yeah,
didn't even
like
get to
you
go
just
play in the game.
Yeah, it's like the only way you're gonna get there, bud,
He's like,
is
"Can I
by
pay for
getting
these separately?" And I'm like, "That's not a it's not a good look. I will go find that commercial and download it to my phone so I can
do
tweet
it.
it out when things go poorly."
Yes, do it because I haven't even seen it, and I'm like, "Come on, bro."
It
Like,
it's
little
it's
tone
a
deaf.
rough look. I'm like,
Yeah.
as a Bills player, like you got to be kind of cognizant of the whole Super Bowl thing. 4 Super
Oh, yeah.
Bowls, 4 losses, right in a row. Not great in the 90s, and then he keeps getting like 13 seconds. You have the 13-second game. You have another game. Like every game against the Chiefs, every game against the Bengals, like you just end up losing.
Yeah, and it's just like a little like I said, I think I said it a few episodes ago. I was like, when do we start talking about like making some big changes in Buffalo? Because they've been like this on the cusp, like Super Bowl. Oh, they're so fucking good. Top five quarterback, top three quarterback. Oh, their coach is so hard nosed and good. Their defense. Oh my God, Tre'Davious White, and they just always blow it. They always
Every time.
blow it all the time. They blow it, and like now he's like doing that, and that kind of commercial was like, hey man, come on.
But yeah, week
Well,
9, we've got a full slate from 8:30 in the
great
morning
slate.
till I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. It's going to be awesome.
Great slate. And I will have the Texans game on, obviously, and hope they don't disappoint me just like they did Sunday because that was
Yeah.
rough.
I'll
It was bad.
probably drink a few Blazing Bloody Marys while I'm at it on Sunday, you know? Zing
I'm
zang.
definitely gonna drink a few Blazing Bloody Marys. And then if the cool front is still here in Houston, I'm gonna heat mine up and dip a grilled cheese in there.
You let me know how that goes. I'm going to let you test that one out.
Dude, it's good. I tried it already.
Okay. I mean, I'll take your word, but shout out to Zing Zang for sponsoring this episode of Play Action Takes. Zang responsibly. Go get that Blazing Bloody Mary mix. It's winter.
Mm.
Is it technically winter yet? Is that later in this month?
Um, I mean, like
It
it's like
feels like winter outside. It's like 35 degrees.
yeah, I mean, well, I woke at 66 here.
Oh, that's nice.
I woke up and it was like 51, so I was like, "Boom, there you go."
Yeah, it's
It's gonna get back in the 50s tonight and tomorrow morning. So yeah, you know what? It's winter for now up until it gets 80.
until next week. Yeah.
Oh shit, next Wednesday gets 90. All right,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. We're going right back up in Texas. In Dallas, it's a
Yeah,
little bit colder, but it gets back up to like 75 next week. So looking
that's
forward to
how it
that and the
goes.
sunshine.
That's
But
how it goes for
a
us.
Blazing Bloody Mary from Zing Zang will just do you wonders, no matter what
Mhm.
the weather is,
Yeah, all the spices in there. It's just a great all around morning drink. No matter the cool front or warm
no
front
matter
that
the
you get.
time.
So no matter the time or temperature. No. All right. No matter the temperature. Don't worry about if you wake up and you start feel like you're just doing it at 6 in the morning. It's like stop.
Yeah, then we need to have a conversation.
Yeah,
Let's do
like
this
all
on a
right.
Saturday morning, like when you're watching College Game Day. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
If your team plays at 11, like that's very acceptable.
Yeah, it's brunch. Like you wake
Yeah,
up and you're like just slamming it. It's like right before
Z-
you go
like
work
we
at the
said,
plants.
Zang responsibly.
Zang responsibly.
This has been Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media, brought to you by Zing Zang. Let's go watch some football later.
Let's go watch some football. We got oh shit, who's even playing tonight? What the fuck? I didn't even
Steelers,
Steelers and
somebody's
Titans. That's right.
there it
Yeah,
is.
Steelers and Titans. All right, cool.
We know
Yeah.
football.
We know football. I know that's the Steelers and Titans now. So let's go Will
All right.
Levis.
that's that's been Play Action Takes presented by Apollo Media. Football.
Yeah. Football. Watch football.